Shalom and greetings to you all. It's quite a weekend. In Canada, it's a Thanksgiving weekend, and I know people are wondering just what they're giving thanks for. They can't see their families, they can't go anywhere, they're tired. And in parts of the U.S., it's Indigenous Peoples Day, and in other parts, it may or may not be Columbus Day anymore, but no matter. People do not feel it's very holiday-like. You know what? But the name doesn't really matter. Holiday days are days to think about the greater picture of life, of family, of freedom, of thanks for all we have, of God. That big thump you heard was the book of life being sealed. So give thanks that you heard it, because that means you made it. And for everyone everywhere, this weekend marks the intermediate days of Sukkot, which means we know Simcha Torah is coming. And it's on 10/10/2020. And that sounds like a date sequence someone could make something of from a numerological perspective, but I'll leave that to someone more versed in gematria than I. Now, one of my harshest critics, and therefore best teachers, pointed out that transposing letters has major ramifications in Hebrew. As I occasionally point out, and also can in English, transposing one letter in the word sacred gives scared. And we often have to choose one or the other. I'm scared. I'm scared. I'm scared. I'm scared. I'm scared. So scared. So scared. Every day of my life, I just manage to survive. I just want to stay alive. Now, a man who many thought was sacred was scared. Happy 80th, if. Now, for the last several days, we've been gathering in our huts, our booths, our sukkahs, where we share meals with some friends, perhaps fewer than usual. We shake the four species in all directions and celebrate the joys of all the things I just mentioned. Life, God, spirit, freedom, family, love. But especially love. No matter what else is going on, my friends, there is always love, and there's always love in your life. All my little plans and schemes, lost like some forgotten dreams. Seems that all I really was doing was waiting for you. No need to be afraid. No need to be afraid. It's real love. It's real. Yes, real love. It's real. Yes, real love. It's all around you. There's no need to be scared. Take it in, give it back. Now, as a people, we learned and have always perpetuated the joy of hospitality, and that's why inviting guests into your sukkah is so important. It's one of the great unifying steps that we take as a collective community, wherever we are in the world. So let us now come together as a community, a like-minded, like-souled unification of spirit, the collective consciousness of seekers coming together in a showing of faith, of love, a community, a chavura, fellowship, expressing our nature of kindness, compassion, thoughts, feelings, hopes, dreams, and wishes, uniting us all in this great house of spirit, Beth Ruach. So once again, please do go ahead and invite everybody, physically, psychically, emotionally, or spiritually, to gather and share. From Psalm 133, the Hinei Matov. Come together. Hinei Matov. Shebetechi gam ya. Hinei Matov. Shebetechi gam ya. How good, how pleasant it is for brothers and sisters together. Community, 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 together. And as a community, let's all spread love, goodwill, and fellowship to the entire world. Just send it out, my friends. Every week we gather to show gratitude and give thanks for the things we have as we ritualize, light our candles, share a cup of wine, a piece of bread, the essentials of life and sustenance and fellowship that we really observe on a daily basis. but especially honor every week in our Sabbath remembrance and observation, when we actually take time to think of what we're doing. The lighting of candles invokes our vision as the flame reminds us that within each of us lives the divine fire that can illuminate the darkest of places. We raise our cups, thankful for the partnership we have with creation, and we take the bread of the earth, the bread of life, and in tasting we share the grain of truth. We do these every week, and these three things are keys to life. Light gives us strength and shines a light on the fears we carry. When we see light, things aren't so daunting. Water, juice, wine, bread, they're the sustenance that keeps us alive. We receive our blessings and the gifts of creation, of life from God. So these little blessings are our turn to bless and to thank him or her, whatever you happen to believe your Creator to be. It allows us to exercise gratitude. It allows us to honor the power of creation. And in honoring creation, we honor everything that's been a party to creation. As we set aside just a little bit of time to put forth our intention, our Kavanaugh, our goodwill. So let's take a moment now and send some of that goodwill out to the universe as we invoke healing and renewal for everybody you know, and for the souls and spirits of everybody you know. So think of whoever that needs healing and renewal and love, or just plain goodwill. Focus on them. Call their names. It's not just for people, my friends. It's for our pets. It's for the earth. It is the healing of the world. The tikkun olam that's part of our spiritual genetic makeup. As we generate spiritual connection that unites each of us together as a whole, we can send healing and renewal energy to the world. Let's send special prayers for Karen, for Bob, for Frank and Adrian, for Ellen, for Rosemary, for everybody you know in need of renewal. Let's send love and renewal and healing to them, and make sure you include yourself. You need renewal too. It's the kindness, healing wishes, goodwill, and love we all send out. It just circles the world, finding those in need. So thank you, each of you, for all you do, for all you care, because the world is a world of spirit, and spirit, my friends, never dies. Avocado, Bakorcha, Vimotenu, may the source of strength bless the ones before us. Help us find the courage, make our lives a blessing. The renewal of body, renewal of spirit. Let us say, Amen. Yishaberach, let us all have our spirits renewed. This is the great prayer for healing, which we call upon God to heal as he's healed before. Yishaberach, may he who blessed, because all blessings are healing. And let's send and receive healing and renewal energy in our efforts to share, to care, to love, to grow. And one of the things we're supposed to do, this Feast of Booths that helps us love and share and care, or more commonly known as the Feast of the Tabernacles, Sukkot, is partake and celebrate renewal. As we celebrate this 3,300-year-old holiday. And during it, you've greeted your friends with a fantastic phrase, Chag Sameach, which means joyous or happy festival. And yes, it is. And you know what, friends? It should not require a holiday to say, make every day a festival for life. And this holiday is very much about the spirit of Abraham and welcoming guests into our homes, our booths, for they bring life to us. We all contribute to the world through the personal characteristics we've acquired by way of guests. Loving kindness, strength, splendor, glory, holiness, eternity, sovereignty. We were homeless wanderers. We learned to inculcate these characteristics in our lives from all the places we went, have lived, and from all the people we met and continue to meet. Now, on each day of the holiday, it's mandatory to perform that waving ceremony with the 4 species, the arba mina, consisting of the palm, the myrtle, the willow, which form the lulav, together with the citron, the etrog. We do a blessing, and you shake the 4 species package in 6 directions: east, south, west, north, above, below. Each being another attribute we seek: harmony, kindness, connection, discipline, perseverance, submission. We bring them together towards the heart. That's how we strive for communication. Each of the species represents a physical aspect of man: the backbone, the eyes, the lips, the heart. They also represent the characteristics of man, which we talked about. The etrog, with a pleasing taste and pleasing smell, represents people who've achieved knowledge of spiritual law and performed good deeds. They have both attributes. The palm branch produces tasty fruit but has no scent, and so it represents those who have knowledge but lack in performance. The myrtle is the opposite. It has strong scent but no taste, and it represents those who perform good deeds but have little knowledge of spiritual law. And the willow, it has neither. It has no taste, no scent. It represents those who have no knowledge of spiritual law and perform no good whatsoever. Your goal, of course, in life is to be the etrog and elevate to the world of the righteous. But if you can't be governed by spiritual law and the power to do good, then be the myrtle with open heart and good nature, because you can always learn. Now, these are the people we encounter every day, and every one of these people is important, and everyone reminds us we must all be united. And remember, friends, because this is one of the 3 gathering festivals Yizkor is observed. We observed it last week in Yom Kippur. It has since been made part of each of the gathering festivals. It's a time to honor those you're no longer with. While it's mostly associated with parents, it is for any and all losses. So if you did not observe it last week, please do so this week. Light a candle, say a prayer. We've received some names. We're going to be lighting candles for those people. You're helping to elevate the soul of the departed. Remember, my friends, death is never the end. When you're sad, and when you're lonely, and you haven't got a friend, just remember that death is not the end. And all that you held sacred falls down and does not bend. Just remember, death is not the end. Not the end. No, no. Not the end. No, no. Just remember, death is not the end. Oh, the tree of life is growing where the spirit never dies, and the bright lights of salvation shines in dark and empty skies. Go and light a candle and elevate a few souls, my friends. You're elevating the souls of those you love. Now, we've reached what we call the Chol HaMoed, the intermediate days of the holiday, and therefore we suspend reading a regular Torah portion. Well, it pretty well ended with the Song of Moses last week anyhow. And it begins again, back at the beginning. How many books have you read where you know how it ends and you start it again? Not that many. Yet this book, we do it every year. And I hope that every year, every time, you get something new from it. I know I do. We read the Torah, the book of instruction, again and again. And it goes round and round, and we read it with the knowledge of what's coming. But instead of ruining it, it is enhanced. We see it differently. We learn more and we understand deeper and follow with just a little bit more appreciation and maybe a little more intention. And we will begin it again next week. But before we do, let's take a quick minute to highlight some of the amazing things we've discovered during this past year that we can think about while taking some time each night to meditate in our booths. And I want to thank each and every one of you for joining me on this journey. Maybe you skipped a few, maybe you listened or watched some here, some there. Maybe you stuck with me the whole year. Thank you for sharing your sacred time with me. So whether it was your first or your 10,000 and something time reading it, here's some of the great takeaways from this year. Never judge by appearances. Or as we like to say, a book by its cover. God does not judge based on looks or height or stature. God sees into the heart, as he did when he picked David to be king. And he knows the potential that lies there. Look into your heart, my friends, and the hearts of those around you. Always strive to take the high road. Circumstances sometimes put us in a position to take revenge on slights that we perceive as having been done to us, but things happen for a reason. When you take the high road, you sometimes feel like you're losing a battle, but you are winning the war of morality. It's safe to be emotional and feel your feelings. The great King David was the Bible's most prolific author, a warrior and a king. But we feel his feelings when we read the Psalms, and you too can see it's okay to let your feelings out. Our greatest strength is actually when we are most vulnerable, which kind of leads me to the next one. Please do not worry what others may think. Trust yourself to know what's right. Trust others to know you and who you really are. And in trusting yourself, never be afraid to think outside the box. Obvious solutions are not always the best. Do not be afraid to be creative. And finally, and there's plenty more, but finally the ones I thought about, love your family. Many in the Bible suffered at the hands of their families, and many of you have suffered at the hands of yours. It's okay. Protect yourself, but do not judge. Be gentle with those you are related to. Sometimes it's their own angers and fears that are simply being expressed. Treat them with love, as hard as it may be, because the world is sacred, and so is everything in it. Express your gratitude, my friends. Light a candle, make a wish. Celebrate your life and the lives of those you love. Share your feelings with them. Live free, be free, honor your freedom, be well, be happy, and be blessed. Share and honor the light and all who live in the light, and continue to shine. Continue to send everybody you know goodwill and love. Pray for peace and freedom for everyone, and end to terror and hatred. Remember, we are a community, my friends. We learn together. We celebrate each other. We love each other. We share this ride together, men and women equally, so let's send out love, not fear. Send out peace, harmony, goodwill, and healing to all who need it. And please do learn to forgive. Learn to love, including yourself. Open your hearts, honor the relationships of your life. Tell those you love that you love them. Take advantage of the time you have and enjoy the journey. We take the twists and turns and the patterns that weave through the fabric of our lives in our effort to grow, to learn, to be, to love. So please do love. Now, bless you all. Have a fantastic week, a week of love and light, a week of peace, a week of miracles. Examine your intentions and use them to imprint your will on the universe. We set in motion everything that happens in our lives, our intention, our Kavanaugh, our cause, our effect. Everything is linked. Now, as I've said, you always have time to forgive and be forgiven. You have the knowledge of what's good and bad. So acknowledge what you've done wrong to yourself, to God, and to any person you've wronged. Then ask forgiveness, but do so with sincerity, with accountability and vulnerability. Forgive those who've hurt you as you learn to be forgiving and compassionate. Because the secret of forgiveness, compassion, and peace is in acceptance. Can you accept yourself, other people in the world just as they are? Can you accept life as it is without trying to control it? If you do, you can experience the peace that acceptance brings. So do not stop your journey. Do not stop moving towards your promised land. It is your home. Keep on dreaming. Keep on being. Keep sharing. Keep shining. Keep teaching. Keep spreading joy and goodwill. Don't follow fear. Follow love, because it's always there in front of you. And remember to have faith, an unwavering adherence to principle. Just as I have faith in the principle of love in all of you, act with purity of heart and mind. Despise none, defraud none, hate none. Cherish all. Honor every child of God, every creature of the earth. May all people know peace this year. May you nurture kindness and love everywhere you go. Work to be present in the body, expand the heart, quiet the mind, because the deepest source of real power, my friends, lies in your consciousness and your ability to be mindful, to be aware, to be present in all of life's circumstances. So make the most of your time in this life. Continue to touch and transform lives around you, because you're never alone. Okay, your words are your power to transform, to love, to bless. So be generous. Bless others and bless yourself. Love with the heart, because we're all part of a greater whole. Embrace love, not fear, forgiveness, not anger. Be there for someone, because someone will always be there for you, whether you know it or not. And continue to explore faith and belief in what they mean to you. Never accept shame as a natural state. Whatever you feel others have felt, whatever you've experienced, others have too. We share together. We learn together. We help each other, because we are each of us trying to find love and acceptance and support. We all have or could have that special someone in our lives, so find them. Tell them what they mean, and remember, you're never alone on your journey to your promised land. Watch what you say, and keep forgiveness in mind, right? Because you need to ask forgiveness of others, and you need to be forgiving of others. Open your hearts. Celebrate the love of those in your life, because the time we have cannot be replaced, my friends. It truly is precious. Precious time is slipping away, but you're only king for a day. It doesn't matter which God you pray. Precious time is slipping away. Well, this world is cruel with its twists and turns. Well, the fire's still in me and the passion that burns. I love a medley till the day I die, till hell freezes over and the rivers run dry. Precious time, because our time is precious. Make the most of it. Now, thank you for joining me. Join me next week when we go back to the beginning, to the top of the slide, and turn and go for a ride. Shabbat shalom and blessings to you all. You take care. Thanks.